Hello everyone. This video will cover course logistics. Let me get started by giving you a high-level overview of the topics that will be covered as part of this course. The course is divided into three major parts. Part 1 will cover control flow topics. Control flow is all about asking a series of questions. What is my program doing now? What is my program going to do next? And so on. It's about getting a mental model of the step-by-step execution of the program. Part 2 will cover state topics. State is all about how's my data stored, how can I leverage data structures in order to efficiently answer questions about the data sets. The topics covered in parts 1 and 2 might be common across other intro level CS courses, whereas the topics covered in part 3, which is all about data science, is unique to CS220/CS319. We'll be learning about tabular data. The internet is rich with a lot of data sets. We'll be learning how to download, process, and analyze datasets from the internet. We'll also be learning how to deal with structured data by using databases. Plotting is a really important topic because it enables you to create visualizations in order to present your analysis to other people. Let me talk more about lecture. The lecture might contain any of the following three components. We'll typically have slides which will cover the general concepts about that particular topic. We might have worksheet which will enable you to get additional practice for a given topic, and I might work out parts of the worksheet as part of the lecture video. The last component will be the live coding component. This course is all about learning how to program, so I'll be writing a lot of code as part of the lecture videos. Let me talk about your role here. The expectation that I have from all of the lecture 1 and lecture 2 students is that you will either watch the pre-recorded videos on your own time before the lecture timing, or that you will attend the live stream where I'll be streaming the pre-recorded lecture video and I'll also be answering any student questions that arise. I would recommend you to do the readings either just before watching the lectures or after it so that you can refine your understanding of the topic that is covered in a particular lecture. Let me give you an analogy here which Salman Khan from the Khan Academy has come up with by comparing Swiss cheese to education. Swiss cheese, as you know, has a lot of holes in it. The hope and expectation is that you will not have any holes in any of the topics that are covered in parts 1 and 2 of this course. The main reason for that expectation is that the topics in parts 1 and 2 build on top of each other like the rungs of a ladder. You'll not be able to understand the higher rungs of the ladder if you don't have a good grasp of the lower rungs of the ladder. So I would strongly encourage you to keep working on the initial set of topics in order to make sure that you have full understanding of them. The part 3 topics are designed to be very independent of each other. So you might be able to understand one topic even if you did not understand the other topic clearly enough. For instance, the web topic is completely independent of the databases topic. Let me talk about lab. All of you should have enrolled to a specific lab slot as part of enrollment into this course. During that timing, you'll have 75 minutes lab session where the lab will be led by a TA or a peer mentor. You could potentially do the lab on your own. Again, my recommendation for that would be you should do the lab before the lab timing to make sure that you don't have any questions on the lab. We expect that all of you will go through the lab before you start working on the project for the given week. If you do go to office hours to get help for a particular project without having done the corresponding lab, you will be instructed to go back and do the lab before you come and ask questions about the projects. So the lab itself need not be turned in any way, but it is essential for you to go through the lab before you start working on the weekly project. We recommend you to work on the lab documents with a partner. I'll be shortly talking about project partnerships. We will have labs this first week. The first week labs will mainly be about Python installation. I'll be recording Python installation videos for Mac and Windows shortly after recording the first lecture, so you'll also have access to that. Let's talk about readings. The readings for this course will be mainly assigned from 3 different sources. The first one is Think Python 2nd edition. The second one is Automate the Boring Stuff. You should find 2nd edition links directly on the course website for Automate the Boring Stuff book as well. The third one would be Custom Course Notes written by the CS319 instructors. Let's talk about class communication. This is a very large class. Currently, there are 730 enrolled students put together in CS320 and CS319. Good communication is very critical for managing a class of this size. We want all of you to understand the communication aspects of this course clearly. Let me talk about various communication tools that you'll be using in order to interact with TAs, peer mentors, instructors, and other students. The most important communication tool would be office hours, and we'll be using a queuing system in combination with BB Collaborate Ultra, which you can find access to on the Canvas. I'll be doing a short course website overview video, which will also include Canvas overview video as part of the last video for today's lecture, so watch out for that. Let me talk about office hours a little bit more. Office hours would be mainly about getting one-on-one help, or let's say getting help with your project partner. Please do read How Can I Find Help page on the course website. That will give you detailed steps as to how you can go through the office hour process. Let me talk about Piazza. Piazza is an awesome tool which enables students, instructors, TAs, and peer mentors to interact in a simultaneous way. Please make sure to sign up. Please make sure to sign up to Piazza right away. Feel free to pause the lecture video here and go enroll to Piazza right away. You should have already seen Piazza sign up link as part of the published Canvas course. I will also be sending out an announcement by tonight which will list Piazza sign up as one of the tasks for all of you to go through. There are a couple of rules when it comes to Piazza. You need to make sure that you don't post more than 5 lines of code in a public post. This rule is in place to make sure that there will not be any cheating with respect to copying other students' code of Piazza. Rule 2 will be about checking other students' Piazza posts before you create your own posts so that we can avoid possible repetitions. We will keep a list of pinned posts which will include the office hour timings. I'm sure all of you can understand that things are subject to change this semester more than any other semester. So if any of the TAs, peer mentors or instructors have to cancel office hours, they will be updating Piazza. So you should always check out the Piazza pinned post on office hour schedule to learn about the current day's office hour schedule. Let me talk about email. Emailing is going to have two separate aspects. The first one would be the way that instructors will be emailing students. So we'll be using the Google Groups email to occasionally send class-wide announcements. Watch out for those. The second way of communication would be from the no reply at mshamkumar.com, which comes directly from the course website. The other aspect of email is how can students be in touch with their assigned TA. So every student has an assigned TA. Please keep in mind that you need to reach out to your assigned TA always first before you reach out to the course instructors. Why is this essential? It is essential because there are 730 enrolled students in this course. If all of you email just the 3 instructors, we'll not be able to get back to the queries on time. So it is essential that all of you follow this process correctly. So go to the course website, and if you go to resources, you'll see who is my TA. Make sure that you're logged into your Whisk account on the course website. Please try an incognito window on Chrome just in case if the regular window doesn't work. Once you're able to log in, you should be able to see the email of the assigned TA, and feel free to email your assigned TA. And if you do not get a response from your assigned TA for about 48 hours, feel free to copy the instructors, and instructor emails are given in this slide, can also be found on the syllabus page. Let me talk about feedback forms. So if you go to the course website, tools and class surveys, that is where you'll find the Who Are You survey link, and also few other important forms. You'll find a link to one important form called as the feedback form. All of the instructors value student feedback greatly in this course. So we would really appreciate if you can give us anonymous or non-anonymous feedback about any aspect of this course in such a way that we can make improvements. Another form which is critical is the thank you form. We are going to have a team of TAs and peer mentors help you throughout the course of this semester. Please do add thank you notes by filling out the thank you form. Let me talk about project submission. Project submission will also happen on the course website. Go to the projects tab, and you should be able to once again log in using your Whisk credentials. Projects will be due every Wednesday, and I'll give you overview about project aspect of this course shortly. The last communication aspect is going to be via Canvas. We'll be using Canvas to, of course, access all the BBC sessions where you'll have the lectures, office hours, and the labs. Other than that, we'll be using Canvas for the weekly quizzes and also for midterms and the final exam. The grades will also be uploaded via Canvas. I'll go ahead and wrap up this video here. In the next video, I'll talk about grades, projects, and exams.